Good morning, everybody. Glad to have you here. New morning, new week, new month, new chapter. So, uh, all is new today. So, if you want to follow along, we will be starting the 20th chapter of the book of Genesis. I'm going to return to Abraham now. The last time we saw Abraham, he was praying on behalf of Lot and the people in Sodom and Gomorrah, and was interceding for them. And we took a little detour and watched what happened in Sodom and Gomorrah with Lot, and now we come back to a sad story. You would have thought that maybe by now Abraham was over some of this stuff, that he had learned his lesson, but we're going to see that he hasn't. We see that after the episode in Sodom, verse 1 says, "From there Abraham journeyed toward the territory of Negeb and lived between Kadesh and Shur, and he sojourned in Gerar." We don't have any indication of why Abraham decided to pack up and move. We know that when he and Lot divided the land, he got the worst end of the deal. And so maybe the land he just finally decided wasn't suitable. Maybe after watching what had happened with Sodom, he just couldn't stand to live there and see that every day. Maybe he went looking to see if maybe he could find Lot, if maybe Lot had been spared. I don't know. Again, we don't know that. What we do see here is that Abraham had not learned his lesson, and there are several things we're going to learn, I hope, from this passage. Because the next verse tells us, and Yogi Berra, great New York Yankee, late Yogi Berra, played for the New York Yankees, had a lot of, he had an interesting way of turning a phrase. And he made the statement one time, it's deja vu all over again. Well, that's what we have here. You're going to think I've got into the wrong chapter, but no, it's happening again. As they journeyed, Abraham said of Sarah his wife, "She is my sister." And Abimelech, king of Gerar, sent and took Sarah. Deja vu all over again. They have entered into the land of the Philistines, and Abraham is going to make the exact same mistakes, plural, that we've seen him make in the past. One stands out to me is we don't see anywhere in here where God ever told Abraham to go to Gerar. Didn't tell him to move. In the past, God had been leading Abraham and telling him where he wanted him to go and where he wanted him to live. But in this case, we don't see that. Perhaps he did, and it's not recorded. I don't know. I'm just saying we don't have that information. But they're going into the land of the Philistines. And the Philistines, as we still know today, were a violent people. They were, I guess we'd use the word crazy. And so Abraham is concerned that they may kill him and take his wife. Evidently, Sarah at 90 years old is still quite the looker. Evidently, she's a very attractive lady, and so Abraham is concerned, and we see that it is in some ways a right concern because the chief the king does send and take her. What I'd like to point out, and we'll go a little deeper in this story beginning tomorrow, are a couple things. One would be the danger of not pursuing, not following the will of God. Again, I can't say for certain that God didn't tell Abraham to move. I can tell you it's not recorded, and based on the results, it doesn't seem to be very well blessed by God. And so we should learn from Abraham's mistake to be careful in our decision-making process. Is there really any decision that we have to make that is too small to consult God? Someone has made the statement, I don't know who, but talking about morning prayer. Said before you talk to man about anything, talk to God about everything. And then we see him make this same mistake of lying and being deceitful about who Sarah was. And again, we'll see the difficulty that is going to raise. And again, so we see the danger of being not being truthful, but most of all, we see the danger of not consulting God. We again, I can't tell you that, but it seems to be that there's no indication here that God at this point is involved in any way, shape, or form in Abraham's decision. And again, it's not the first time he's made that mistake. And you and I, we tend to sometimes make that same mistake. Let me encourage you today, just to, again, this is not a passage that has great theological truths and great doctrine for the church, but it is a good passage to remind us of the importance of following, seeking the leadership of God, so that we don't commit deja vu all over again. You think about it. Have a good day. I'll see you here tomorrow morning.